Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime review. How you guys doing? The anime that we're reviewing is in description down below. Now, our main character is in a war. He gets captured. He uses a bow and arrow to fight. Case in point, he uses his bow and arrow to fight. The thing about him though is the fact that he is a long distance fighter. Now the wars that they fight against are swords and freaking what's it called? They fight with swords and bow and arrows and stuff like that. Medieval style fucking weapons, so to speak. However, they mix it up a bit by throwing in some dragons and freaking what's it called? They throw in some fucking dragons and they throw in some what's it called? They throw in some magic in there as well. So there's magic and dragons in this medieval style war anime, military anime speak. The thing that I like about the main character gets captured by Ellen. Ellen falls in love with him, and so to speak. So even though she's fallen in love with him, the rest of the girls that are helping him out with this war, they also fall in love with him. Pretty much, it's pretty much explanatory. And that's the main gist of it. There might be a second season on whether or not that happens, but it's really hard to do that when when the main villain dies. So you can't really put that on the fucking frame thing. So yeah. So to let you guys know, I did two short videos of what's going on in the anime, and I have to say this: the strategy on how they fight is really interesting on how you can have a smaller army defeat a bigger army because there's this one episode where they had 2,000 soldiers against 20,000 soldiers, and the 20,000 soldiers were not part of the main character's army. The 2,000 soldiers were the main character's army because he was only in the freaking army for for a smaller army because that's what his province is. So that's the problem with him. So he wins all his wars, which I think is kind of a letdown. But they do explain on what's going on with the strategy thing. That's what the thing is. The other thing I like to say is the fact that the animation, I did a short, a couple, like, I don't know how long it was, but I did a short, I did a second short because there was this fight scene where the one of his war maiden friends, she was fighting against one person, and I could see in the background of them of the opposing army just flaring around their swords like they're not even fucking attacking her, and they're like far away from her, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I love when anime does that because it makes me think. It's pretty fucking funny, to be honest with you. Now then, I got a few comments saying that a lot of I got two comments on those two shorts saying that, oh, you don't know, this anime is good, and I have to agree, this anime is good, but I just like to hit that out there because I love when anime does that because when you do an anime review, you kind of pick up on that stuff, and I think it's pretty fucking funny, to be honest with you. So there's that problem. Um, as for the characters, I think they bounce off each other really well. When the two war maidens hate each other, they get along at the very end to face off against five dragons, which I think is really good. So there's that. So my thoughts on this anime, I think that it's the probably one of the best military animes that I've watched since Heavy Object. And I'm not a big fan of military anime unless you do it right. The only difference between this anime and Heavy Object, however, is the fact that this anime feels more like the Roman Empire type of wars because you have bow and arrows and freaking swords, but they throw in magic and freaking drag mythical creatures like dragons in there too, which I don't understand that problem. And the other thing that Heavy Object is different about this anime is that Heavy Object does more about modern day, like using guns and machines and mechs and big giant fucking things, like it's like blowing up shit like with guns and stuff. And the fact that compared to Heavy Object, I think Heavy Object has a better soundtrack than this anime, but it's still a pretty good anime. It's a harem anime. There is nudity in this anime as well, so I think that's another issue that you guys might want to discuss. But I'm giving this anime 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good. I just like to nitpick here and there, like when it comes to its animation. I did like how some of the characters grow up, and one of the characters was supposed to be executed because when he got captured, Ellen decides to make him try to how do I say it? Try to how do I say it? She tries to make him shoot an arrow that's a bad bow and arrow, but then he decides to hit some assassin a long distance with a bow and arrow and hits him in the foot, which I think was really cool. The guy that was supposed to be pranking, that was trying to make him look bad, was supposed to be executed, but instead he gets his head shaved. And I think making his head shaved makes it a lot better, to my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I do apologize for the train noise, but I live next to the train. So when it comes to that, I think that makes it a lot better. The main character goes into war with a bunch of a smaller army against a bigger army, and I think that makes it better, in my opinion, because of the fact that it makes you think of strategies on how to win a war when it comes to a smaller enemy trying to defeat a bigger enemy. You have to use strategies and you have to make tactics, and I think that's the main focal point of the anime. And the fact that it feels like, to be honest with you, it might want you to read fucking what happened to the Roman Empire's wars. Like, that's interesting. I thought it was really good. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. What are you guys' thoughts on this anime? Would you watch it? Well, I think you should. Even though, even though that one short that made the fucking animation feel like the guys in the background do nothing, they're just swinging the sword in the air like they're like cheering for someone, even though no one's fucking fighting. I mean, the main character, the other war maiden is like not really fucking fighting, and they're just swinging their sword in the background. I thought it was pretty fucking funny. But in regardless, I think the anime is good. I thought it was really good in my opinion. But what are you guys' thoughts on this anime? Would you watch it? Would you not watch it? Now then, before we get into the next anime review, the next anime review is a new anime that I've never watched before. So there's that. After that, I'm done with it. There will be a poll, which the poll will probably be done by probably, I don't know, because this anime review is not going to be uploaded for like a while. So I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care and always stay positive. I will have a poll up by the end of the day, and I'm recording this on May 7th. So stay positive, everyone.